My name is Grant Lewis, and welcome to AUTOTalk.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the 2020 Tesla Model 3. Technically, the fourth model in the Tesla lineup is oddly enough named the Model 3. The Tesla Model 3 is the world's best-selling plug-in electric vehicle ever, with more than 800,000 units delivered as of December 2020. There are three trim levels for the Tesla Model 3: the standard rear-wheel drive, long-range all-wheel drive, and the performance all-wheel drive. Starting at just over $38,000 for the standard model, and with the most expensive performance model with all of the options coming in at just under $69,000. When getting into a Tesla Model 3, there are no traditional keys. You either use the Bluetooth on your phone or a key card that you hold up to the B-pillar. Starting the car can be a bit confusing. As there's no push to start, you simply put your foot on the brake and it starts. Or if you don't have your phone Bluetooth connected, you use the key card, you put it on the center console and put your foot on the brake. Now the model that I'm testing today is the mid-tier trim, the long-range version. Now I believe that this long-range version is the best version that you can get, with an estimated range of 353 miles on a single charge. However, the owner of this car has driven it for over a year and says the most he's got out of it on average is about 275 miles on a single charge. Compare that to the standard range with 263 miles and the performance model with 315 miles estimated range. Besides range, top speed and 0 to 60 times are different across all three trim levels. For top speed, standard has 140 miles an hour, 145 on the long range, and 162 on the performance trim. Now for the 0 to 60. The single motor rear-wheel drive gives you a 0 to 60 time of 5.3 seconds. The dual motor all-wheel drive, what this trim level is, gives you a 0 to 60 time of 4.2 seconds. And the dual motor all-wheel drive performance trim gives you a 0 to 60 time of 3.1 seconds. On this trim, the dual motor long range, you have the ability to get a power increase for $2,000. That $2,000 acceleration boost changes your 0 to 60 time from 4.2 seconds to 3.7 seconds. Now, one thing that's standard across all the Tesla Model 3 lineup is the technology. This massive 15-inch touchscreen display is the only display in the car. You control everything with the touchscreen and the buttons on the steering wheel. Everything from the audio to the mirrors, even the glove box is a button on the touchscreen. As well as the climate control can be controlled down at the bottom of the touchscreen. Now, because there is no traditional gauge cluster, your speedometer is displayed in the top left-hand corner of the screen, as well as all of the necessary driving information that you would typically find on a traditional gauge cluster. One major piece of technology that's a big part of Tesla, and the reason that you choose a Tesla, is Tesla's Autopilot system. Your standard autopilot capabilities are included across all three trim levels of the Tesla Model 3. And this is essentially adaptive cruise control, but on steroids, I guess you could say. If you're not familiar with adaptive cruise control, it basically allows you to match the speed of the car in front of you and then automatically brake and slow down. All practical purposes, it's cruise control, and it comes standard on many cars nowadays, but was definitely something, an amazing feature when Tesla was first coming out with Autopilot. You can, however, purchase full self-driving for your Tesla for an added cost. Full self-driving allows automatic lane changes, self-parking, as well as the Smart Summon feature that allows you to control your Tesla via the app on your phone. This Smart Summon feature is great for parking, as well as leaving parking spots and coming to the front of the door, say you're leaving a store. At the time of recording, the price for the full self-driving capability is $10,000. When the owner bought this Tesla, the price of the full self-driving capability was $6,000. And in less than a year, it's gone up over $4,000. I think that's an important factor to consider when purchasing a Tesla as to whether you want full self-driving capability. One major concern people have when buying a Tesla is charging. With the included charger and a standard household outlet, it only charges at about 1 to 2 miles per hour. However, if you install Tesla's 240 volt wall connector in your home, it dramatically increases that to about 44 miles per hour and can fully charge overnight while you're sleeping. One major reason that you would pick a Tesla over any other EV brand is their network of superchargers. With over 20,000 superchargers worldwide, it's the best option, with the ability to charge up to 200 miles in about 15 minutes. Many Teslas even get free supercharging. But the best part, while supercharging, you can even watch Netflix, YouTube, or even play some games. On the touchscreen, you can customize the drive modes to your liking. Everything from the steering feel to acceleration and even regenerative braking. As for the steering feel, it's okay. In sport mode, it does get a lot better. And it truly is a fun car to cruise around in, on the back roads where there's some twists and turns to it. In the normal driving modes, the steering is, in my opinion, a little bit sloppy and unresponsive as I'd like it to be. But because the battery is in the floor of the car, it means that the center of gravity is really low, which makes it taking corners amazingly well, especially in the sport steering mode. Because the battery is in the floor of the car, it makes it extremely safe when it comes to rollovers. It's virtually impossible to fully roll this car over. Acceleration is quick, of course. One of my favorite things with electric vehicles is the instant torque. One thing I've noticed while riding passenger and driving it is when you floor it, the passenger feels it a whole lot more than the driver does. It just goes. It feels like you're in a spaceship. The big thing you notice audibly, because there is no engine noise, is road noise. Above 80 miles an hour, it is considerably loud. One cool thing about electric cars is the ability for regenerative braking. When you take your foot off the accelerator, you immediately feel the regenerative braking kick in and start to slow the vehicle down. And while it's slowing the vehicle down, it's actually recharging the battery. I'll say this, regenerative braking is something that's weird to get used to. Because you're hardly pressing the brake pedal, you don't have to replace the brake pads and rotors as much as you do on a traditional car. The Tesla Model 3 is an amazing minimalist luxury sedan, whether you're environmentally conscious or not. As other manufacturers have made pledges to make most of, if not all of their cars electric or hybrid in the future, there's no doubt that alternative fueled cars are going to become the standard. As an automotive enthusiast and someone who enjoys the sound, the feeling, the smell, and even the mindset of driving an internal combustion car, it scares me that a traditional car could become obsolete or even illegal. I know it's a long shot, but if one day traditional cars and alternative fueled vehicles could someday coexist, that would be amazing. I could definitely see myself owning a Tesla in some form as a daily commuter, as long as I get to keep my gas-burning weekend sports car. I love the fact that Tesla is setting the standard for other manufacturers producing alternative fueled vehicles trying to compete in this future market. Special thanks to my friend Levi for letting me review his Tesla Model 3. Let me know your thoughts on the Tesla Model 3 in the comments below. My name is Grant Lewis, and thank you for watching AutoTalk.com.